Tongue twister. A tongue twister is a phrase that is designed to be difficult to articulate properly and can be used as a type of spoken or sung word game. Additionally, they can be used as exercises to improve pronunciation and fluency. Some tongue twisters produce results that are humorous or humorously vulgar when they are mispronounced, while others simply rely on the confusion and mistakes of the speaker for their amusement value. Types of tongue twisters. Some tongue twisters rely on rapid alternation between similar but distinct phonemes, e.g., s and sh, combining two different alternation patterns, familiar constructs in loanwords, or other features, which, of a spoken language, in order to be difficult to articulate. For example, the following sentence was said to be the most difficult of common English language tongue twisters by William Poundstone. The seething sea ceaseth, and thus the seething sea sufficeth us. These deliberately difficult expressions were popular in the 19th century. The popular She Sells Seashells tongue twister was originally published in 1850 as a diction exercise. The term tongue twister was first applied to this kind of expressions in 1895. She Sells Seashells was turned into a popular song in 1908, with words by British songwriter Terry Sullivan and music by Harry Gifford. According to folk etymology, it was said to be inspired by the life and work of Mary Anning, an early fossil collector. However, Winnick was unable to find direct evidence that Anning inspired the tongue twister, nor that Sullivan was aware of this. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells, I'm sure. For if she sells seashells by the seashore, then I'm sure she sells seashore shells. Another well-known tongue twister is Peter Piper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Many tongue twisters use a combination of alliteration and rhyme. They have two or more sequences of sounds that require repositioning the tongue between syllables. Then the same sounds are repeated in a different sequence. Citation needed. An example of this is the song Betty Botter. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty Botter bought was a bit bitter, and it made her batter bitter. But a bit of better butter makes better batter. So Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter, making Betty Botter's bitter batter better. There are also tongue twisters that make use of compound words and their stems. For example, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck would chuck all the wood he could chuck. If a woodchuck would chuck wood. The following twister won a contest in Games magazine in 1979. Shep Schwab shocked at Scott's schnapps shop. 1 shot of Scott's schnapps stopped Schwab's watch. Some tongue twisters take the form of words or short phrases which become tongue twisters when repeated rapidly. The game is often expressed in the form, say this phrase 3 or 5 or 10, etc. times as fast as you can. Citation needed. Examples include toy boat, cricket critic, unique New York, a proper copper coffee pot, red leather, yellow leather, Irish wristwatch, Swiss wristwatch, Peggy Babcock. Some tongue twisters are used for speech practice and a vocal warm-up. The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Some tongue twisters are used to train pronunciation skills in non-native speakers. The sheep on the ship slipped on the sheet of sleet. Other types of tongue twisters derive their humor from producing vulgar results only when performed incorrectly. Old Mother Hunt had a rough-cut punt. Not a punt cut rough, but a rough-cut punt. One smart feller, he felt smart. 2 smart fellers, they both felt smart. 3 smart fellers, they all felt smart. Some tongue twisters are amusing because they sound incorrect, even when pronounced correctly. Are you copper-bottoming those pans, my man? No, I'm aluminiuming ma'am. In 2013, MIT researchers claimed that this is the trickiest twister to date. Pad Kid poured curd-pulled cod. Linguistics of tongue twisters. Phonemes. Based on the MIT confusion matrix of 1,620 single phoneme errors, the phoneme with the greatest margin of speech error is L, mistaken for R. Other phonemes that had a high level of speech error include S, mistaken for sh, f for p, for l, w for and many more. These sounds are most likely to transform to a similar sound when placed in near vicinity of each other. Most of these mix-ups can be attributed to the two phonemes having similar areas of articulation in the mouth. Pronunciation difficulty is also theorized to have an effect on tongue twisters. For example, t is thought to be easier to pronounce than ch. As a result, many speakers naturally transform ch to t, or when trying to pronounce certain tongue twisters. Fortis and lenis. Fortis and lenis are the classification of strong and weak consonants. Some of the characterizations of strong consonants include high frequency in a language, earlier development in language acquisition, lower placement on phonological hierarchy. It is more common for difficult sounds to be replaced with strong consonants in tongue twisters. This is partially determinant of which sounds are most likely to transform to other sounds, with linguistic confusion. Related concepts. Sibboleths. Sibboleths, that is, phrases in a language that are difficult for someone who is not a native speaker of that language to say, might be regarded as a type of tongue twist. Citation needed. An example is Georgian, a frog croaks in the water, in which Q is an uvular adjective. Another example, the Czech and Slavic, stick a finger through the throat, is difficult for a non-native speaker due to the absence of vowels, although syllabic R is a common sound in Czech, Slavic, and some other Slavic languages. Finger fumblers. The sign language equivalent of a tongue twister is called a finger fumbler. According to Susan Fisher, the phrase good blood, bad blood is a tongue twister in English, as well as a finger fumbler in ASL. One-syllable article. One-syllable article is a form of Mandarin Chinese tongue twister written in classical Chinese. Due to Mandarin Chinese having only 4 tonal ranges, compared to 9 in Cantonese, for example, these works sound like a work of one syllable in different tonal range when spoken in Mandarin, but are far more comprehensible when spoken in another dialect. In popular culture, in 1951, Danny Kaye recorded a Sylvia Fine song titled Tongue Twisters. Most children's books by Dr. Seuss contain a significant number of tongue twisters, with Oh Say Can You Say and Fox and Socks being the most extreme cases. In the 1952 film Singin' in the Rain, movie star Don Lockwood, Gene Kelly, uses tongue twisters, such as Peter Piper, when learning proper diction so he can make a transition from silent films to talkies in 1920s Hollywood. He also turns one of them, Moses Supposes His Toes Are Roses, into a song and dance number, along with his best friend Cosmo Brown, Donald O'Connor. In 1968, Jack Webb guested on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, and took part in a parody of Dragnet. The premise was Webb, as Sergeant Joe Friday, grilling Carson about kleptomaniac Claude Cooper from Cleveland, who copped clean copper clappers kept in a closet. It became one of the most famous sketches in the show's history, and was regularly shown on anniversary specials. In the cartoon episode You Said a Mouseful, from Pinky and the Brain, Pinky and Brain go through a collage of tongue twisters that cover almost every category possible. The TV series BoJack Horseman contains increasingly convoluted tongue twisters as the show progresses. The lines are often delivered by Princess Carolyn, and a notable set involves the actress Courtney Portnoy. For example, how would you enjoy joining Portnoy for a scorched soy porterhouse pork four-courser at Koi, followed by glorify your source, but don't make it feel forced, of course, and try the borscht. The party game Kamba presents illustrated tongue twisters on cards and challenges players to repeat them faster and faster. Players also pass cards and simultaneously combine tongue twisters with body twisters, awkward physical actions, to create entertaining confusion. In the 1991 film Oscar, gangster Snaps Provolone failed to say a tongue twister sentence that not related to his criminal business, saying, "Round the rough and rugged socks the ragged rascal rudely ran." Conversely, he could say with ease another one, that much related to his business, saying, "Rocco the rum runner rubbed out Rico the rat with his Roscoe for robbing his rum-running receipts." Many examples of tongue twisters can be found in hip-hop music. A commonly used tongue twister is Peter Piper, as seen in the 1986 Run DMC song Peter Piper, and on Kendrick Lamar's verse on Travis Scott's popular song Goosebumps.